with them. As always, in Edgar's films. Thank you so much for being part of this journey. To Naira Park and her whole gang, you've been there from the very beginning for Edgar and the guys, and it's just an amazing story to see unfold over these years as these great TV shows and movies appear almost magically, but I know how much hard work it is, so producer to producer, thanks so much. To the whole team at Working Title, who've also been there from the very beginning for Edgar, Eric Fellner, Liza Chase, and Tim Bevan, super, super thanks. And now I'd like to talk about my mom, because, and there's a very specific reason for it, because, you know, look, yes, we are selling this movie as what it is. All the critics are saying it for like 90-something on Rotten Tomatoes. You can check on your phones. As the funniest movie of the year, it's that. It is the work of one of the great, consummate craftspeople and filmmakers we've ever had the opportunity to work with. This guy, you know, a lot of us work in the film business. Very few of us actually love movies. And you got to see a movie made by somebody who truly, deeply loves movies. But he loves something else just as much, if not more. And that's his friends and people and his crews and the world. And that's what comes through in these movies. And that's why I'm talking about my mom for two reasons. Number one, she's a very young 80-something. She's here tonight because, frankly, this is a movie that's as much for her as for all of us and you. I thought so. You're good people. Because it's deep. It really is. And number two, because, as Edgar knows, I complain, but he insists at his premieres to crank up the volume and play it loud. This is the first Focus film in 10 years that my mom will actually hear the dialogue. Edgar Wright.
Thank you very much. Lovely to be here. I'd first like to thank the Arclight for letting us have this premiere here. Both Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz played at the Cinerama Dome, but I was out of town the week they were on. So this is the first of my movies I get to see at the Cinerama Dome, so thank you, Arclight. I have to say a big thank you to Focus, Universal, Working Title, and Big Talk Productions, specifically like Eric Fellner and Naira Park, for not only making this movie, but also making all of our movies, and without them, there would be no Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, or The World's End. So I've got to thank them for all three movies. And I also now want to welcome to the stage some of our cast. Let's welcome the incandescently beautiful Rosamund Pike. I like the panning spotlight. I felt like having a Pink Panther. Yes, we're staying in the spotlight together. Now, let's welcome to the stage the sexual dynamo that is Mr. Nick Frost. And last, but by no means least, tonight playing the part of a Colombian drug lord, Mr. Simon Pegg. Now, before I start, I just want to say one thing. This is a very personal film for us. It's very personal for me that when I was 19, I attempted a pub crawl in my hometown. The drinking age is 18 in the UK. I wasn't doing it illegally. But I instigated a pub crawl in my hometown, which had 15 pubs, and I managed a pathetic 6. This has gnawed at me long enough that 20 years later we have this movie. But where this sci-fi comedy becomes a fantasy is in the idea that I could drink 12 beers. So think of that as you watch, and I'll pass it over to my co-writer and star, Simon Pegg.
I think 10 years ago, we made a little zombie film in the UK, and we didn't even know we'd get like a VHS of it when we finished, let alone that it would be on the movies and be on the movies here, which is extraordinary. So to be here now in front of you, giving you this film represents a wonderful moment for us. I think it was 1982, the Academy Awards, when the British writer Colin Welland, in picking up the Best Screenplay Oscar for Chariots of Fire, famously quoted Paul Revere when he said, "The British are coming." 30 years on, standing in front of you now, I don't know about the British, but I am a little bit, to be honest. It's a warm sensation, but it's a good sensation. It's a good thing. It's not for my dry cleaner, but that's okay. He's blind. What am I talking about? I don't know. I'm nervous. couple of Advil. Turned out there was something called Xanax. And then you go, this is happening. With the pills and the cheese plate I had at the Sunset Tower. So whatever it is, it's a good thing, and I'm very happy. And who's laughing? You know, me. No, I can't. Otherwise, it's all good. And I'm going to give you to Nick Frost before I go. Thanks very much. Caught on me, Spotlight. I want to tell you a story. I'm not going to follow these. There's not much to say, really. I have been assured by the management of the theatre that the hornets will not be hatching before the end of the film. So you're all right. You can go about your business. They're not due to hatch until the fall. Stick around after the film because we are going to do a 90-minute Q&A, at which you could win the chance to win a £10 hand. So stick around for that because it's going to be big fun. It's going to be big fun. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please sit back and enjoy The World's End.
Fucking tired. That's the best.